welcome to Sea of Darkness, Part 1. This is the last game in, well, I think of it as kind of like the series. There are 2 more games that Her Interactive made after this, but the voice actor for Nancy is different, and they make a lot of technical changes. The function of the game is very different in those 2 games, so this is kind of the last one of the original series in my opinion. This game is super fun. I really like this game. Probably this is the game I've played the most from Tomb of the Lost Queen to this game. I've played this one the most, so I really enjoy it, and I'm excited to do this walkthrough. Okay, so we saw a ship crashing into the harbor and someone saying Magnus's name. We don't know who Magnus is yet. So let's read this. Nancy, I got your contact info through a friend of mine, Moira Chisholm. That's a character from The Silent Spy. I think you did some good sleuthing work with her in Scotland not too long ago. First, some background on yours truly. You could officially call me a locator of fine goods, per se. Nice things get lost, nice things stay buried for a while. I find the nice things, I get a piece of the pie. In other words, I'm a treasure hunter. Currently, I'm in Iceland, in a small town called Skipbrot. When I first arrived, the Herlikide was beached nearby, that's the ship. That's the name of the ship. With a long-standing rumor about a treasure concealed somewhere within the old merchant ship. The ship is pretty important to the citizens of Skipbrot, and they hold a festival every year to celebrate the year it crashed on their shores. Why celebrate a shipwreck? Don't ask me. I helped to restore the ship along with my business partner, Magnus Kiljansson. I am way butchering that last name. Under 2 conditions. Number 1, I would be entitled to a portion of any treasure found, and number 2, we couldn't begin a formal search until this year's festival was finished. We dolled the ship up all pretty, polished the hull, and Magnus planned to sail it in to commemorate the festival's start date. But when the ship arrived, empty. No Magnus, no sign of a struggle, nothing, he's just gone. I think Magnus is up to something shady. I think he found the treasure, and now I want you to find him. I've booked you on the next flight into Reykjavik. A car will take you to Skipbrot. I'll meet you in town. Bon voyage, Dagny Silva. Okay, so, this mystery is in Iceland, which I love. I actually went to Iceland partly because of this game. I love the setting so much. And Reykjavik is the capital, but we're going to a tiny town called Skipbrot. And the town celebrates this ship crashing into its shores, which happened 100 years ago or something. We'll learn the story of the original shipwreck. But they celebrate the shipwreck every year with this Herlikide ship, which was the one that shipwrecked, but they restored it, and now Magnus is missing. Dagny thinks he took the treasure and didn't tell her because he wanted the whole treasure. And so she wants Nancy to find him and the treasure, basically. So let's get started.
Phew, finally made it to town. Whew, it's freezing out here. Hi there. Are you Miss Silva?
Finally, she arrives. I think I'm half made of ice at this point. So, you're Nancy, huh? I'm Dagny. I'm part of the ship restoration team, the one who called you in. You can call me Boss Lady if you want. Or my queen. Or Dagny, whatevs.
Let's go with Dagny for now and work our way up to the big stuff. Can I help?
Yes. Find my missing, skeeving, backstabbing business partner, Magnus.
I'm sensing you're a little stressed out about this.
Ugh! I'm so mad I've been an inch away from setting this town on fire.
On fire? Are you okay?
What?
Oh, just a fire comment. I thought...
Metaphors, Nancy. Keep up with me here. So listen. Right now I'm focused on this town, Skipbrot. There's this ship in town that was being rebuilt. Real old, 18th century. I offered to sponsor the rebuilding project to get the ship floating again. Mostly because I'm super nice and cool like that. But also because there's a rumor about a treasure on board worth millions. Magnus, the man in charge of the project, and my business partner promised we'd find it and split the earnings.
But he's gone missing now?
Yep. And left me looking like a fool.
Was there any proof that he disappeared intentionally?
He disappeared sometime before our ship crashed into the harbor. They say he must have fallen in the water. But the guy sails for a living. You know what sailors don't do? Drown.
I get it. You think he ran off with the gold then?
After enough time in the biz, a girl knows when she's being backstabbed. If he did find the treasure, I need you to track down Magnus and make him play fair.
And if I find the treasure, I'll find Magnus.
Yes. The key to finding the treasure is learning about that ship.
So everything's interconnected. Sounds like I've got my work cut out for me. Can I take a look at the ship?
Technically, yes.
Awesome. How do I get on board?
By not being me, apparently. Elizabeth controls the ship, and she hates my guts. She removed the gangway to my ship that I paid for.
Did she give you a reason?
Oh, something about her family line and ancient blood feuds and murders and, normal boring stuff. Talk to Soren, the festival organizer. He'll make sure she lets you on.
What do people in town think about Magnus's disappearance?
They're all like, ooh, the ocean is super dangerous in the winter, and ooh, hypothermia and blah, blah, blah. Icelander stuff.
But without a body, you're still convinced he faked his death.
Yep, which apparently doesn't take a lot of work in Iceland.
How'd you meet Magnus?
I heard about the rumor of the treasure through my connections. Then I approached him. He's a hard guy to pin down, that Magnus. Turns out he's been looking for the treasure for years. I just happened to come in at an opportune moment.
What would Magnus do with the treasure?
Desperately wants to buy his own ship. He's a ship guy. Ship guys are like that.
So the ship he helped rebuild isn't his?
We funded it, but it's town property.
Bye-bye.
Stay warm.
Okay, so we met Dagny, and she's American, obviously, not from this town. She mentioned a lot of names, Elizabeth and Soren, so let's talk to Elizabeth, who is not letting anyone on
The
the ship.
gangway's missing. There's no way on board.
Okay, silly, that's right. So we can't even talk to her yet until we talk to Soren, and he will get us the gangway back.
Hi there. I'm looking for Soren.
You must be Nancy. I'm Soren, the organizer of the Ancestors Festival. I run the Culture Center here in Skiprot.
Nice to meet you. Can you help me get onto the ship?
Ah, the Herlikide. Is Elizabeth not manning the gangway?
The gangway's missing, unfortunately.
Oh, dear. Well, that's highly unusual. I'll take care of it straight away for you. Elizabeth is a rose, truly. But she does have thorns.
What do you think happened to Magnus?
I admit I haven't the faintest idea. That man's mind is a hive of mysteries, an enigma, an impenetrable den.
So you two never really talked?
An understatement. Why, the man hardly spoke 10 words to me the entire time I knew him. I do hope he's all right, though. If he were to turn up, say, less than alive, it would spell bad news for me. I'm already disliked, and it would only show the others how easy it is to make someone disappear.
What is this place?
This is my battle station, the place where I endeavor to fight my way through the thickest mysteries of Icelandic history. Here, confusing ancient shipwrecks and obscure writings from millennia past are converted into knowledge and truth. Also, I have swords.
So, you're a historian, archaeologist?
A bit of both. I dabble. I spent some years at Harvard pursuing my doctorate in Viking history before returning to Skiprot for research. I'm one of the only few to ever travel in this town. Everyone here should try it sometime. Really shakes up the old bag of prejudices.
I guess that explains why you don't have much of an accent.
Oh, quite.
me about your research.
Sharp things. Ceremonial sharp things. Wedding spears, funeral spears, new baby celebration daggers, birthday axes, congrats bows. Turns out, Vikings have a lot of weapons for every occasion. Nothing says I love you like a new murder tool. Most of these can be found on shipwrecks or near burial sites. Luckily, there are no lack of those in these parts, so I've got plenty of work to do. Old Gudrun over there is my favorite of all. She's a replica, not an original. I use her to knock icicles off the roof.
I'll let you go.
Bye now.
I think part of the reason why I like this
Wow,
game,
I'd hate to be on the chopping end of one of those blades.
part of the reason why I like this game so much is because of the characters. They're very interesting, and also the script writing is really good, in my opinion. Okay, caverns, local ice caves, glacier ice. These caverns can be accessed directly from Skipbrot and are open for tours year-round. Skipbrot 1904. As with much of post-industrial Iceland, Skipbrot became a fishing and trade hub in the early 20th century, and its popularity was only increased by an influx of tourism at the turn of the 21st century. Loki eruption. So Loki is the volcano that's nearby. Iceland has lots of interesting things like volcanoes and glaciers and waterfalls all on one tiny little island. Well, it's not that tiny, I guess. Okay, Alda and Lawrence, we'll learn more about them, the 18th century. This is the festival that they have. Due to circumstances surrounding the Harlequide's crash during opening ceremonies, all remaining activities have been postponed. Please respect the committee's request to stay at home and out of the port area until further notice. So that's why I guess it's pretty deserted here. Skipbrot's ice caves. Oh, completely unsupervised at breakneck speeds. Rent a snowmobile.
Only one signature? Ouch. Well, maybe I should sign.
Petition to stop the desecration of our history. Corrupt business doers Magnus Kiljansson and Dagny Silva want to ruin all that is good about Skipbrot's culture by exchanging our sacred way of life for tourist grubby money. Ever since the ship project began, we have seen increasing crowds and a different atmosphere in town. All over a useless hunk of floating wood, things are changing and our traditions have been thrown out to the wayside. The old ways, the good ways, are disappearing too soon. Our ancestors would be ashamed of what we've become. That's why I, Gunnar, will always fight to keep everything the same way it's always been, forever. And one signature, which is Gunnar.
That'll show them I'm a political force to be reckoned with.
And Nancy, because she feels bad.
Everything in the gift shop is available for purchase.
But I have no money. So I can't buy anything.
I need to match each sail to its name.
Okay, I will not do this yet. Because I can't. This is a model of the ship. And these buttons do different things.
Could you finish setting up the knots display? You just need to match the images to the knot they create. I do it myself, but I don't have the time.
Sure, leave it to me.
Okay, I will do this because it's not too difficult. You really just need to look at, this is the finished product. This one I think is for that. That one's for this. Oh, the middle one is the easiest for sure. think that's right.
Perfect. Soren should be happy about this. Gunpowder. Looks like someone wrote a note for themselves.
Gunpowder, okay. Okay, this honestly is not that important, just some things they took from the ship. So let's talk to Soren.
I could use a little space, Nancy.
Just kidding. He says that when he doesn't want to talk to us.
If this section of the original ship was removed, then maybe others were too.
The original crow's nest, which was removed from the ship. Nothing to see there. Okay, let's see if the gangway is there now. It is.
Hey! Who let you on board? If you're here for the festival, it's cancelled.
I didn't mean to intrude. I'd just like to have a look around, if that's okay. My name's Nancy Drew. I'm a visitor.
I know you're a tourist. We're a town of 300.
I'm not a tourist. I'm here to investigate. Thanks for setting up that gangway for me, by the way.
The gangway was meant for Soren. I didn't know he planned to let strangers on board. Are you with that snake of a woman?
Okay, so this is Elizabeth. She really does not like Dagny.
It's complicated.
If you're after just the gold, I want nothing to do with you. Leave.
Wait, I'm not after any treasure. I just want to help find Magnus.
Magnus?
Look, I think we might have gotten off on the wrong foot. Maybe I should start over. My name's Nancy. It's really nice to meet you.
I'm Elizabeth. I run a Misty Skip pub in town. What do you want with Magnus?
Oh, good. So you know him?
That's a question, isn't it? I thought I knew him. Maybe I was wrong.
Ooh, sounds like quite the mysterious guy.
It doesn't matter. I want nothing to do with him now. Or you.
What do you think happened to Magnus? The current rumor is that he fell overboard.
Do I think he is drowned? Is that what you're asking?
I didn't mean it that way.
I certainly hope so. Some people think he ran off with some old treasure. It may be a coincidence. It may not.
Dagny doesn't think it was a coincidence at all.
So, you've been talking to the others.
Just a bit here and there.
Even if the treasure were real, Magnus wouldn't be able to find it. He's completely oblivious. To the world. To everything. The man lives in a cabin in the mountains. Too lofty to concern himself with human affairs.
Hey, Elizabeth, may I borrow a snowmobile key?
Depends. Are you going to steal it?
Not this time. I think I'd have trouble fitting it into my carry-on luggage.
Here's the key. We have tourists take them every year. I'm watching you. Always use the provided seatbelt. Snow looks soft until you land head first.
Bye-bye.
Bless.
Okay, so we don't really know Elizabeth's connection to Magnus, but clearly she knows him.
Hey, what are you doing?
She won't let us go in that door, but we can explore the rest of the ship. Which, a lot of it, we cannot do anything with yet.
This definitely looks like the original helm. Someone made off with some of the decorations, though. Only Dagny and Magnus have radio keys, apparently.
Okay, so these are Magnus's notes. He wrote down all of the names of the masks for her, so we can use that to solve the other puzzle in Soren's Culture Center. Okay, in case of an emergency, contact Harbor Radio operator using Wheelhouse Turnkey. Okay, so Magnus and Dagny have the 2 keys. That obviously doesn't do anything. Because
This
we're at
radio
anchor.
looks new, but the key's missing.
Okay, so we can't use that. And this is where Magnus has been staying. This is a clue for a puzzle later on. This is something, I forget what it's called, a locator device. So we'll use that later.
An antique desk, and it's in pristine condition. Time to break it open. I need to figure out the rules being used in each row here.
Yep. Okay, so we only have to complete 3 squares, I think. So first we need to do the color. As we can see, each row has only 3 yellow ones, so we'll put yellow, yellow, and red. And then we also need to do the numbers. So 3, 4, 2 is 9, 6, 3, 9. So it looks like each row adds up to 9. So 7 plus 1 is 8, so we want 1 here. 4, 5, 6, so we want 3. And then 8, so we want 1. Really just a matter of figuring out the pattern and continuing it.
So, Dagny's trying to keep a low profile. I wonder if that's why she called me instead of going to the police about Magnus.
So, the story of the treasure has been leaked in the newspapers.
Sounds like he's gone through some troubled times lately. Is this a code? I bet Magnus was in the middle of solving this. Looks like one of these words is scrambled within each row and column.
Okay, I will go back and read this, and I don't know if I'm going to start this yet, but it's definitely important. Okay, so this is Magnus's journal. Today my head feels worse than ever. I have not slept in these days. Can't stop thinking about the ship. Toomey and I have moved on board into the captain's quarters. Elizabeth finds it strange, me living amongst the ruins of a dead crew. I can't blame her. Last night I saw a shadow moving on the ship's deck just out of the light's reach. Have started keeping Toomey with me for safety. We don't know who Toomey is yet. Midnight thought, what if the treasure isn't on board at all? What if it's somewhere else entirely? This winter is darker than ever. It feels like it may never end. With Lawrence, nothing is a coincidence. Lawrence is the sea captain who captained this ship back in the day, the original ship. Okay. He meant for this treasure to be found. I'm getting closer, and the more I uncover, the more scared I am to say anything. I sense that someone is following in my tracks, ever so slightly out of sight. I found my journal open on my desk this morning. I always lock it away, and last week I thought I heard someone outside my cabin out in the snow. But when I peered out, no one was there. I'm not imagining this, it's real, I swear it is. There's no one I can trust, not even Dagny, not even Elizabeth. The town has their cute tourist story, but I alone know the truth. Searching for these pieces has been the thread connecting the seams of my life. I found the first when I was a boy, a small button, clearly old and carved, with no sense of its belonging. I've never told Elizabeth about any of it. Every weekend, my private clients ask me to chart a new course for some new tourist destination. They always want to go to the same 4 dive spots, the same 6 beachside bars, the same 3 ports. While I sail, I think of the treasure and I think of Elizabeth. I think of the life she deserves. I can't give her my life, constantly being at sea, constantly on the clock. Something has to change. This treasure is the way out. Abby's funeral was today. Afterwards, I went to the ship and worked. I know there's an answer buried in Lawrence's breadcrumbs. It's right in front of me. Elizabeth stayed beside me all day, long into the evening. She didn't argue with me, just reached for my hand. Maybe Pabby is his father? I don't know. I wish I could tell her about the footlocker and the items within it. I didn't know they were her family's when I found them, I suppose, but that's not an excuse for continuing to keep them, is it? Someday I'm going to make things right with her. I just hope that when that happens, she can forgive me. At the funeral, my uncle reminded me that my father used to call me Little Thrond, after the famous moody sailor of my childhood sagas. It is written that Thrond's heart was ever false. Perhaps I, too, am a liar at my core. I miss him so much. Okay, so, yeah, his father must have died recently. I'm close to figuring out the lock in my quarters. The combination is tied back to tile-sounding depth charts. When the locator compass is placed directly on the chart, 4 numbers will be visible in the locator's holes. These 4 numbers will open the lock when entered in increasing order. I have half the locator now. Tracing some faint markings at the top of the main mass revealed the total sum of all 4 numbers visible in the locator's holes. That means I still need to find at least 2 numbers to be able to locate the correct place to put the locator. 1 number is hidden in Lawrence's antique map on the wall. I need only break this code to see which letters to pin. My search continues for a second number and the other half of the locator. Time is running out. Okay, so the first mystery, well, the smaller mystery inside this larger mystery that we need to solve is the sounding depth numbers. So, we have the locator piece. He's also given us a lot of clues as to where to find the numbers. So, first, I'm going to do this. And the key to this puzzle... First, I'm going to do the largest word, so Keelhaul, Jackstay, Bowsprit. I think this is Jackstay. Okay. Keelhaul. This one could be Keelhaul. Bowsprit. No. Give me this one. Transom. Okay, you can also go up and down. So, try to see what could go here. Jibe, maybe? Okay, this has to be that. Hawser. Let's do Hawser. Actually, let's do Clue. So, as you can see, that messed up Keelhaul, but I just used that L instead, and it is fixed. Okay, I think this is Hawser. Fix Keelhaul again. Okay. So there's Gaff and Luff. Both of them have 2 Fs. I'm trying to figure out which one goes here. And if there's another row with 2 Fs or a column. Is there a column with 2 Fs? Yes, okay. Okay, so this is Luff. And this is Gaff. Nope. This is Gaff. Okay, Purser. Where's Purser? This is it. Oakham, Y'all. I feel like I should do Y'all because I don't know where another W is. Oh, here. Okay. Oakham. Where's Oakham? We need a K. Here. There's no O. But maybe Rake goes here. Oh, here. This could be Oakham. Bilge, Bosun, Helm, Jib, Kedge. I'm gonna do Kedge. Okay, Spar, Stern, Helm, Bosun, Bosun, Bosun. This is Jib. Bilge. Stern. Bosun. And Spar. Uh-oh. Okay, how do I do this? One of these, okay, hang on. Gaff, no. Keelhaul, oh gosh. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, here we go. So, Spar.
Okay, looks complete. What can I use this for?
Okay, I will keep following the hints of this puzzle in my next part, but thank you for watching part 1.